Okay, welcome to my little review of my brand new RSeat S1 that just came in from Bulgaria. Ordered it on Saturday. On Tuesday afternoon, a big DHL truck came, ripped half my tree down in the driveway, and dropped off a box which must have weighed about 150, 160 pounds. We tracked it into the garage. I took it apart, unpacked it, little packages, everything neatly packed up, easy to carry comparably, and I brought in the basement. Unpacking took me about 30-40 minutes. The assembly was an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. One of my kids helped me holding pieces, etc. Struggles with it. I think one screw that didn't go in the right way, so I left it out because I couldn't really tighten it, but was just on the base, and there are I think 3 additional ones that hold it, so it didn't really matter. The documentation that came with it was, I guess they ran a little bit out of print ink. It was very faded, so I went online and they have it on the website, on the European website. They have the instructions as a PDF, and that was clearly visible, so I had that one open on the computer in parallel and looked it up, what I needed. RSeat is located in Bulgaria. I'm located on the US East Coast. It took DHL from my order on Saturday evening, local US time, till Tuesday to ship for $58 shipping cost. So they shipped it on Sunday or Monday, and it came to me here just north of New York on Tuesday afternoon. So really fast shipment. The assembly besides that one went well. A couple of things are different than what you see on the website. The first one that I want to point out is, after complaints of flexing on the wheel stand with new and more powerful DD wheels, they put in a brace, they welded in a brace here, which you can see on the wheel stand here on both sides. They made it aesthetically pleasing by putting holes in there. There's no other reason for that one, because weight saving cannot be the point, because that thing is heavy, 150, 160 pounds total weight already. So it's really solid, and there is no shaking once you have the little feet installed and adjusted accordingly. So that is different. On the website you will see the original pictures without that brace welded in. And then the second one is what I had seen both on the website and from Simpit's Sean's review, was that these bars that adjust both the pedal slider as well as the one, if you can see it here, the one for the seat. There is one difference on the one on the website. It will show that the one for the pedal slider is slightly angled down and out. That is not that clear on the one I got delivered. There is a slight angle on it, more like a maybe a 5-degree, 10-degree bend that is in there. That's it. So it was hard to figure out which one goes where, and only after I had installed it I found out I had done the wrong ones. The reason why it's important is, once you have the slider over, you still need the room to actually lift this up, and if you install it the wrong way, or if you install the wrong one, then you have the problem you cannot push it up high enough in order for the slider to work. So that's that was the difference on it. Other than that, I think one of the pictures originally had showed that the seat mount was at one point 2-parter to raise it a little bit higher. Now it's a single part as it sits on there, and that actually works. It's much higher than my original RS Evo that you see in the background, the white one. And that was one of the reasons I upgraded to this one, because it's getting harder with yeah, but getting older to actually go down there and get up easily out of it anymore. So I want to make sure that I can get comfortably in and out. With that new brace that is installed, there's one little hiccup, and I go on the other side so you see it better in the light. And that is that on here, as you can see, there are the mounts for the wheel stand, and there is one right here. But if I move it down, you see that the brace is actually covering it. And unfortunately, there is no opening in that brace that you could put your Allen key in. And the gap, unfortunately, is also very small that the standard Allen keys that they deliver, which by the way is a good set. We have different Allen keys here. You only need one of these. Actually, two of these are usable with the bolts that come. Other than that, they also include two of these and the long ones here. But neither one is short enough to go into that little gap and tighten it. So I spoke with a few folks. They have been either making sure that all the other three bolts are very tight, and just ignoring that one, which is like hand tight right now as far as I could reach in. The other thing I'm thinking about is taking one of my spare ones, and I should have several dozens that fit that size on an M8. Cut it down maybe half a centimeter, and then trying to get in. So on this key, I see that, just taking a little bit the tip off here, leaving the rest on it, and that should be enough to go inside and tighten it, at least tighter than it is currently. So I still have the protection on there. I had taken it off, but kids are running around, and there were already crease marks, etc. So I want to make sure it's there. It's much more comfortable than the old RS Evo seat that came with it, which was one of the complaints that everybody had, that the padding on there is very thin. It didn't bother me for the longest time, but like I said, once you get older, everything changes. So yeah, it got more cumbersome, and that good thing is now 10 years old. I bought it in 2011. It survived a couple moves, but now recently started a little bit ripping off, fading off on the side and here on the headrest. And I think the reason for that one is mostly that little tool here, because I'm using mostly PSVR, and that's about where the PSVR piece comes in, and was rubbing probably when I put my head back. And that is something to consider, which I want to avoid on that new one. Our seat, I think, does not have these seat covers any longer for the RS Evo seat. They're slightly different seats now, shells, than they are for the S1 and RS1 and N1 anyways, but yeah, you get the point, the newer ones. So they couldn't help me with getting me one of these, otherwise I would have exchanged it already. The reason I wanted to upgrade to something more stable is, like I said, I have a Fanatic coming in, a Podium DD1, which I was sure would not easily work on this particular one, where currently a G29 is on it. The other point was that I found myself ripping a little bit on the steering wheel, and then finding out that that whole construction is not really stable. So I'm really looking forward to having that solid piece here in use. Yeah, that's it. Everything else you might have seen already. The blade for the pedals, adjustable. I can pull it forward Let me just move it up a bit here. You can adjust it back and forth. And here's the point I said, the moment it comes to the front, if you're using the wrong one, it becomes a little bit a pain. So that is to be considered. Maybe I'm gonna bend this one myself a little bit and have it easier to adjust. Other than that, it's solid, it works. It came with lots of spare parts in case you would have stripped a bolt or something. So they're all there in shorter length and larger length. And then up here they have the improved, what I think has been improved. Now I don't know if the original one was, but I saw it in the reviews. Highly adjustable base here for the wheel, back and forth. And yeah, that's what should work it out. Nice touch in the back here is the RSeat cutout, and I've seen a lot of folks putting lighting underneath, etc. So it's a nice touch. What's currently missing, what RSeat did not include, even I had it ordered, but once I pointed out, they immediately sent it. I just got a notification. That is the Butt Kicker Gamer 2 holder. I have currently a Butt Kicker installed on my RS Evo, and I really want to use it on this one as well. So I'm gonna switch it over and see how it will work. The RS Evo I'm gonna hand down to one of my kids who currently are racing parallel to me on these DIY contraptions. Unfortunately the wheels are only PS2, PS3 compatible, so they're using that little PS3 there and racing GT6. And I have on the PS5, I'm currently doing GT Sport. Looking forward to the GT7 and everything that comes with it. And other than that, here's my little corner of happiness. Books around racing, models, little fridge. And that's it. If you have any questions, put it in the comments. And yeah, let me know what you think. Thanks guys, have a great day.